He's a fervent nationalist, a political newcomer, and, for more reasons than one, not what you picture when you think of a Republican presidential hopeful. But Vivek Ramaswamy doesn't care about perceptions. He's made an entire career and nearly $1 billion by being the opposite of what the world expected of him, and it's a strategy that might just take him to the White House someday. Here's what you don't know about Vivek Ramaswamy. Anyone can see that Vivek Ramaswamy is more than comfortable standing out. After all, he's been doing it his entire life. An entrepreneur, son of Indian immigrants, he's carved out a multi-million-dollar empire, performed libertarian M&M covers, and is a former nationally ranked tennis player. Despite openly embracing his Indian heritage and immigrant background, he doesn't apologize for being a passionate conservative, nor does he see a reason why the two can't coexist. But a lot has already been said about Vivek the candidate. What about Vivek the son? Vivek the businessman? Or Vivek the activist? In a world so often dominated by politics, there's always more to the story. Vivek's parents immigrated to the United States from Kerala, India, a state situated on the country's southern Malabar coast. His father, V. Ganapathy, was an engineer who worked as a patent attorney for General Electric. His mother, Geeta, meanwhile, worked as a geriatric psychiatrist. In 1985, while living in Cincinnati, Ohio, the couple gave birth to Vivek, raising him in such a way as to anchor him to Indian traditions, while also allowing him to adopt a more Western way of life. Though he lived a Midwestern life, he often visited his parents' native homeland. Though he attended Hindu temple in nearby Dayton, he also learned how to play tennis and piano. In fact, later in life, Ramaswamy would indicate that it was the hours spent with his conservative Christian piano teacher that later influenced his social and political views. Vivek attended public school until high school. After that, he attended Cincinnati's St. Xavier High School, a Catholic school affiliated with the Jesuit order. However, regardless of his environment, Vivek seemed destined to thrive. In fact, he excelled in nearly every subject. Finally, in 2003, he graduated St. Xavier as valedictorian. He had achieved a lot for 18, but he was just getting started. Vivek's success as a student, tennis player, and first-generation immigrant son seemed to be part of an innate personal drive to succeed. Even at a young age, he seemed truly destined to establish himself as something more than the sum of his various parts. He attended Harvard University, where he joined the Phi Beta Kappa fraternity, the oldest academic honor society in the U.S. Already confident in his political beliefs, Vivek earned a reputation as an open and often antagonistic libertarian, always ready to debate at the drop of a hat. To no one's surprise, Vivek succeeded academically, graduating summa cum laude with a Bachelor of Arts in Biology. But it was his extracurriculars that really indicate the sort of young man and future politician he was becoming. He joined the Harvard Political Union and eventually became its president. He performed M&M covers under the rap name Vivek, changing the lyrics to support his libertarian ideology. He attended Yale Law School on a postgraduate fellowship reserved for immigrants that, much to his chagrin later in life, was founded by Paul and Daisy Soros, relatives of conservative boogeyman George Soros. Vivek had set himself up for a lifetime of success with very little help. His next step? Earn a fortune. In 2007, Ramaswamy and Travis May, another Harvard grad, founded Campus Venture Network, a private social networking site for university students looking to found their own businesses. They eventually sold the company for a significant profit, and Vivek went on to work in biotech. In 2014, Vivek founded Roivant Sciences, which, ever the libertarian, he incorporated in Bermuda to reduce his tax liability. He was able to source around $100 million in startup capital, funding a business plan that purchased patents from large pharma companies to bring underdeveloped drugs to market. Over the next few years, he created subsidiaries, diversified his assets, and found ways to source new investments, sometimes to the tune of over $1 billion. To this day, he remains one of the largest shareholders in Roivant, a role that has made him millions. Between his various ventures, Vivek has gone on to accumulate a net worth of around $950 million. While still serving as the CEO of Roivant, Vivek helped establish a nonprofit social impact company called Roivant Social Ventures. In stark contrast to his later positions as a presidential candidate, the company largely worked on initiatives related to inclusion and environmental governance. In 2022, he founded Strive Asset Management with his high school friend Anson Frericks, raising millions from a wide range of investors to combat what Ramaswamy calls woke investing. Though he's identified as a hardcore libertarian since college, his newfound wealth and social cash allowed Vivek to find new outlets for his ideas. He published a second book, Nation of Victims, Identity Politics, The Death of Merit, and the Path Back to Excellence. In 2022, he also urged companies he supported to drill for more oil and frack natural gas, claiming that political and environmental agendas were ruining private and corporate investment. Ever the showman, Vivek continued to court political success as a pundit, commentator, and investor. He declared himself an unapologetic American nationalist, an opposer of affirmative action, and a firm believer in Christian values, despite not being a Christian himself. He favors raising the voting age to 25, ending birthright citizenship, and investigating whether or not the government had anything to do with 9/11. Vivek is part showman, part politician, and part business magnate, all rolled into one. More importantly, he doesn't much care how he's perceived in the media. He stands tall atop a mountain of success and, like him or not, is utterly committed to the country he is proud to call his home. To some, Vivek might seem like an extremist. However, to call him such is to ignore the fact that he has always courted extremes. He is unapologetically himself. And no matter what you think of his policies or his chances of becoming president, it's likely he'll have a lot to say for years to come.